time. It wasn't just that the vaccine had the potential to protect you and me and end this pandemic, but also the possibility that this vaccine's technology could fundamentally change medicine. It all starts with this tiny strand of genetic material known as messenger RNA, mRNA. It's made in our bodies all the time, directing our cells to make different proteins. And it's also the backbone of Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's COVID-19 vaccines. In this case, instructing our own bodies to first make the coronavirus's signature spike protein, which then in turn prompts our immune system to create antibodies to that spike protein. Think of it like this. It's essentially turning our bodies into our very own vaccine-making machines.
Once you've got the sequence, it's a one-step reaction to make RNA.
Dr. Drew Weissman began investigating the potential of manipulating mRNA in the mid-2000s.
Back then, we were thinking of using it for vaccines, for therapeutic proteins.
Fast forward 2 decades, and these ideas are a reality, and they are growing. Moderna is now testing that technology for cytomegalovirus. That's the leading infectious cause of birth defects in the United States. Another company, CureVac, is utilizing the technology for a potential rabies vaccine. And everyone is seemingly focused on flu. Currently, it takes about 6 months to develop a flu vaccine, meaning researchers have to make an educated guess on what's going to be the major flu strain circulating next season, even before the current flu season is over. An mRNA flu vaccine could shorten that timeline to about a month. What you may not know is much of this began with a love story, the husband and wife team of Drs. Uhar Sahin and Aslam Turechi. I spoke with them months ago for my podcast, Coronavirus Fact versus Fiction. What is the future now, do you think, of mRNA technology?
It is a very versatile technology, and you can also use it to combine multiple antigens, for example, of cancer.
So remember that idea of turning our bodies into vaccine-making machines? Well, they are now in the early stages of doing that for cancer. But instead of the spike protein for coronavirus, they find cell markers for an individual's cancer and essentially train the immune system to fight it. It is highly specific and very fast. It's this agility that Pfizer is also now relying on to fight potential new variants of the coronavirus.
Our goal is to do it in 3 months, be able to develop a new variant, get it through production, and bring it to patients.
In a year where so much went wrong, it is worth truly celebrating the things that went right.
3 million doses pumping through here.
Mike McDermott of Pfizer got a little emotional when I asked him to reflect on the moment.
As a kid, my dad worked for NASA. He worked on the Apollo program. And the day we shipped the first doses out of this site, it rushed over me like that was my moment. That was our moonshot.
A moonshot that we were not only incredibly lucky to witness,
by the way, as a surgeon, I'm also a little bit afraid of needles,
but to actually experience ourselves. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, reporting.
You are really good.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's fascinating. Coming up, a U.S. journalist waiting at the airport to go home is arrested and hauled off to a prison notorious for torture.